Hi, my name is Ina Lucas, and I channel a collective of non-physical teachers and healers called The Alchemists. And the Alchemists are with us at this time to really help us in our process, to support us in our process of awakening to the love that we are. And so I just wanted to tune into the energy of what's unfolding from the ending of the cycle of this past decade and tuning into the opening up into 2020 and this next decade that we're coming into. And so when I really tuned into what's the most powerful way to launch us into 2020, to launch us into this next decade, what really started coming through is the stagnancy, the remnant energy of stagnancy, of stuck energy, of looking back at the past 10 years and decades before, and really looking at your patterns that keep repeating themselves. So maybe it's your patterns in your money, in your finances. Maybe you're continually in debt. Maybe you just can't break a certain point financially. Or maybe it's a pattern that you just keep playing out in your relationships, in the drama in your relationships. Or maybe it's a physical symptom or something that that you just keep repeating over and over, and underlying roots of abandonment, not enoughness, all of that energy. So we're coming into this powerful portal here in the transition between 2019 and 2020, when we're really stepping into this whole new decade at a time when we're more awake than ever, when consciousness is collectively really coming online and really alive, and people are starting to pull back the veil and understand who they are. And in this process of awakening, it's sort of like a pendulum swing, where first you start waking up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the creator of my reality. And then you start getting into the shadow work. And that's been a lot of this past year, of the last couple years, is really going in and dancing with those darker, harder parts of ourselves that we had been in avoidance of. And there can be this thing that happens in that pendulum swing of awakening, where you start to get complacent, and where you start to use external things as what used to be kind of empowering is kind of an excuse, like, oh, the moon's this way, Mercury's in retrograde, or I just like, these symptoms are so intense because the whole ascension process of all that's happening is so intense that there can actually be a period of stagnancy that comes from a deeper avoidance of power. A deeper avoidance of, because the more that you know how powerful you are, and the more you start accessing your gifts, the more you start accessing your abilities, and the more you push against them, the more you don't let yourself bring your bigger work into the world, the more this kind of energy of density and stagnancy happens, and you stay in the repeating cycles. And even though you've done so much work and we're moving up that spiral, there still can be this energy of avoidance and passivity, and it can be insidious. It's an underlying shadow that that you can come up with all kinds of excuses, but really what's needed right now, what's needed on the planet right now is you. You are what's needed on the planet right now. The world needs you. The world needs your unique medicine. The world needs your unique love. We need you. We need everything that you've lived in this lifetime. We need everything that you've lived in all past lifetimes. We need you accessing your soul lineage. We need you clearing and loving and healing your blood lineage, your DNA. And we need the unique gifts and skills that you have, whatever that looks like, to be brought in and brought online big time right now. And so the world needs you in action. The world needs you in fire. So that's the energy that's coming alive right now is how can you really look into the places that you've been avoiding most? So coming into 2020, what really came to me is how can I create the miraculous in 2020? What would that really require of me? And I was really shown taking action in these 6 areas of life, in your home environment, transforming the 3D vision board that surrounds you, how your home impacts you, the places that you've been avoiding clutter, clearing, or creating new sacred space. In your body, in your health, coming in alignment with your physical temple, with your sacred physical temple, and sacred wealth creation, and getting cleaned up and getting integrity in your finances, and moving through the places where there's like stagnancy busting in your money, and creating sacred wealth, sacred investments. And then also the currency of service, how you're being in service of the world, how you're being generous with your love, how you're bringing more generosity into the world. Because you being in service is actually a separate thing than just finances. Your money and how you deal with it is one thing, but who you are in the world and how you be in service, yes, they overlap, but we're focusing on these as 2 separate areas that then merge together. And creative visioning. How are you creating the structures for 2020, along with the other pieces, the other areas, authentic relationships, and cleaning up where you have inauthenticity in your relationships, where you've been not having the tough conversations that you need to be having. So, as a powerful platform to really launch yourself into the miraculous in 2020, what if you looked at each area of your life and really looked at the one thing that you've been avoiding the most, that you've been the most passive about, that you have not wanted to look at? And what if you actually took action on that one thing in each of the areas of your life, so that it's like the one thing that actually keeps you incongruent? And if you have all these areas of your life and there's incongruency in each of those areas, we want to clean that up. We want to actually have closure on the stuff that's been eating at you, that's been making you feel shame, that's been making you feel guilt, that you're just like, I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to actually look at my debt. I don't want to actually look at the interest rates that I'm paying. I don't know how to make investments. I don't know how to function with my money properly. Or I know something's wrong in my body, but I haven't wanted to check it out. I haven't wanted to look at it. Or I don't want to remove this food from my diet. I'm in refusal. I'm going to stay in my rebellion to my body. Like, where are you rebelling against you? Because all that's happening here is love. All that's happening here is love. It's just you bringing yourself home to you. And in the places where you have the most resistance and the most stagnancy, it's really truly where you're resisting you. That's it. That shame, that anger, it's all really coming back to how you're keeping that inside of you. And it's you keeping that inside of you and keeping yourself closed off that's actually keeping you from bringing your love and your medicine into the world. And the planet needs you now more than ever. If there is not an SOS going out there, if you're not seeing what's happening in the external world that is crying for you, it's crying for you. It's crying for your unique medicine. And the world is asking you to step up. It's asking for your fire. It's asking for your action. It's not just this love and light thing where we're just going to meditate ourselves into beautiful visualizations. Yes, that's an important part of it. But the world needs you to be in your fire energy. Now that you're getting who you are, now that you're waking up, now that you're coming into 5D, the planet needs you, the collective consciousness needs you to be in action. So anywhere in your life where you have stagnancy, where you're in avoidance, it creates a frequency that fills your field. And people can pick up on that. Even if you think you're hiding it, You're not really hiding it. It's in your energy field. And that's blocking money from coming to you. It's blocking the love that you want in your life from coming to you. It's blocking your body being healthy and vital and alive. So, so I am so excited about taking action and clearing out this decade. So I have created, because because I know the power of what happens when you take action in life, I decided to do this for myself in taking the last 6 weeks of 2020, or I'm sorry, of 2019, and taking action, taking 1 week, each week on 6 areas of focus, so that each week, so I've created a program here to bring everybody into this place of collective action, of sacred fire, because fire is alchemy. Action is alchemy that transforms stagnancy into the miraculous. Stagnancy needs movement. You need to move the energy. You need the fire. You need the fire to create the miraculous, to create space in your life, to burn up, because that which you've been avoiding actually takes up so much space in proportion to what it actually is. It takes up so much space in your head, in your mind, in your body, in your energy field. And when you clear it, when you deal with that relationship, when you deal with that closet, when you deal with that storage shed, when you deal with your body, it's a simple action that creates massive results, because the field that opens up from that is huge. It's huge. It's huge. So anyway, so I have decided to invite a whole bunch of people from around the world along with me in this Decade Detox, where we're spending the first week focusing on the sacred space that surrounds you, your home. Because when you make physical shifts in your home, physical things shift in your reality around you, as you know. So just like the power of feng shui, the power of actually physically moving things in your home. So this is a program that's about physical movement, where we're actually taking action in our lives. So each week we're focusing on 6 different topics. And every Monday there's going to be a 2-hour live call with me and the Alchemists. And the first half hour is going to be a channeled transmission from the Alchemists, where they're focusing on our point of power for the week: your body, your home, money, finances, being in service, each of those topics. So there's going to be a channeled transmission. And so this is fresh, new information. This is channeled directly from source in the current place that we're at in this time, space, reality, to bring us under a new understanding, a much bigger, broader understanding of how that area of our life actually impacts us. And it gives you an opportunity to really look at what it really is that you're resisting, that if you took action on it would transform your life in that area, which ripples out into all the other areas. So the first half hour of the call is a channeled teaching that comes through on the subject, opening us up. And then there's a 30-minute channeled activation from the Alchemists, and the activations are crazy. They're so amazing. They help you release and just all this DNA work where you're releasing the blocks from that area, and they're activating new strands of DNA within you. They're working with your divine team, so that you're working with your guides and doing light surgery and helping you catapult forward into the miraculous in 2020. And then the last hour of the call each week is an open line Q&A. So you can ask the Alchemist your questions. And the Q&A with the Alchemist is just profound. It's so deeply healing. And even if you don't have a question, to listen to everybody else's questions, every time people say, I swear that was exactly for me. I swear the Alchemists were speaking exactly to me. That was exactly what I needed to hear. Because you're working with your guides, and the messages are coming through for you. And I'm very intentional about who I bring together for these programs. And so we just have such a powerful, pulsing tribe of people that are coming together with powerful intention to bring these messages through. So So the container of this program is that each week we'll have a point of focus on one area of life. We'll have a call on Monday. It's recorded. You don't have to be on it live. You'll get the recording. You can listen to it as you want to throughout the week. Whatever part of those 3 sections, you can divide them up if you can't listen to a whole 2 hours at once. I designed it so that you can do it at your own convenience, but the support is there for you. And we're going to have, so there's channeled activations, a Q&A, there's channeled teachings, and then there's a Facebook group. And for me, accountability is everything. When I don't want to do something, if I actually claim it, if I actually say it, and if I actually have an accountability buddy that says, hey, I'm rooting for you, I'm cheering you on, you can clean out that storage shed, then, or you can have that conversation that's really scary to have, then it allows you to take action in a bigger way. So this is a powerful program that I'm so excited to bring people from all over the world together and to all be in action together. And this is different than doing it alone. We can do these things alone, but at this time on the planet, we're actually meant to be doing this bigger, broader work together, because when people all over the world come together in circle, in community, with powerfully focused intention, it's quantum healing. And it's not just healing ourselves, it's healing the collective. And the ripple effects are huge. The ripple effects are huge, and we're here to create waves. We are here on the front lines to create waves. The world needs your action, and the world needs us coming together in this sacred container, in these sacred waves, coming together in our tribes and being in action together. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be playful, and I'm going to keep putting videos in our Facebook group with fun incentives. I have so many tricks and tools to make things easy, to make doing taxes fun, to make filing bankruptcy fun, to make filing divorce fun, like all those things that are like, oh my God, like how can we actually, have fun doing the things that we've been avoiding the most? So there's going to be miracles, there's going to be transformation, there's going to be so much support. And the program actually ends, the last call is on the first week in January, and that last call is setting us up for our spirit vision and what we're creating for ourselves in the next decade. So we're clearing out, we're doing a decade detox, decades of detox, and we're creating space for the miraculous to occur in 2020. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. Like crazy amazing. The power of light workers and awakened souls coming together in this space of love and sacred action. It's going to be awesome. So it starts December 2nd. The link to join us is going to be in the comments. And please invite your friends, share this information. The more people that come together for these kinds of events, for this kind of sacred focus, the more powerful the energy that comes through, the more powerful the channelings, the more powerful the support system. And you have to understand that people are currency. How we are in service and the people that we're sharing with, the people that we're impacting, this is a currency that transforms the world. We're creating a new currency here, and the currency is based in love. It's based in service. It's based in bringing your greater work into the world. So invite your friends to join us. And 2020 is going to be an amazing year. We've done a lot of hard work, and we're clearing up the residual energy and the remnants, and it requires fire and action. So, my dears, I so appreciate you being here, and I hope that we get to play together soon. Thank you.